Conquer the Corrugations is a mental health awareness walk that strives to raise awareness of the corrugations in life, support and remember those affected, and to remove the stigma that surrounds mental health. We have participants camping, meeting and walking on the beautiful countryside of the Rurutingu and Gumatj, and we acknowledge and pay our respect to the traditional owners of the land.
The essence of Conquer is mirroring the life as it is today and teaching these children and the younger generation that there are stumbles in the road and you can't predict them, you can't plan for them, and you don't know what's going to happen. But you can get through it. You can go one foot in front of the other and keep walking. You've got support around you, but it's up to you whether you want to ask, whether you can ask. And I think for us, teaching the children from a really young age that it's okay not to be okay. You can feel joy and sad at the same time. You can feel anger, fear, and joy at the same time, and it's all okay. But when you need someone, just ask, because we're all here to support each other. And that essence is what you're all doing here. So I'll invite you all to talk to someone you don't know and say, how you going? And have each other's back for the 2 days. My name's Emma. I've been in Cape York 20 years. We're sister-in-laws. And thank you very much for having us. Interesting time today. Who had some challenges? Who had some fun? Who had some interesting conversations? Who had a bit of stress? Who had a bit of heat? And enjoyed the music. Hands up if that applied to you. Fantastic. Put your hand up if you spoke to somebody you've never spoken to before in your life. Now look around. Keep your hands up if you spoke to somebody today that you've never spoken to before. And now look at the children too, with their hands up. Put your hands down. Congratulations, guys.
So what we're going to do is we've got the trivia on right now. So if you got the answer, put your hand up. We'll come to you with this long cord because I forgot the right wireless mic. Put your hand up if you got the answer. If you yell it out, you're going to let it slide. Yes. The Butterfly Foundation provides support for individuals suffering from which mental health disorder? So what are the 3 most common mental health disorders? What are the 3 most common mental health disorders? Yes. Yes, that is definitely one.
Hi. Our journey started 9 years ago. Dylan decided to take his life. It broke us as a family, and it was the most loneliest journey we ever had. We didn't lose so much friends, but they moved on because they just didn't know how to deal with us, how to talk to us. And I've just decided that I can't just sit and watch this anymore. I've just got to get up and say something to help other people get through their grief. And you're not alone, even though your grief does some crazy shit to you, just knocks you around too much and you think you're losing the plot. But you're not alone. You are okay. You will get through it. You don't get through it. Every day is still a struggle, but you will get there. It takes a bit longer between the periods of the grief, but it's still there every day. It's not a day go by that I don't think of him. And yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Deb. We all have experience and we're all touched. And the percentage around how many people are touched by mental health is absolute crap. Every single one of you are touched in some way, whether you know it or not. So on the floor we have a footprint. What I'd like you to do, what I'll invite you to do is think about why you're here. What brought you here? What's going on for you, your kids, your loved ones? What message do you want to send? Think about your footprint in other people's worlds, your connection to the country, connection to the place, connection to each other. Think about it for a second. And then we're going to play a song, and in silence, going to invite each of you to come up and grab a candle and place it into the footprint. And whether you're doing it for you, your children, or your family, or your friends, no matter who you're doing it for, we're just going to take a couple of minutes to think about what brought each of us here today. So today's Father's Day, recognising that some people are walking for maybe a loss of a father, a loss of a child. Father's Day means a lot to us for a number of reasons. So I think it's really important we acknowledge those who are feeling a loss today. And I take my hat off to you for turning up and showing up.
So we have the buses on the walk so that the walk's inclusive to everyone of all ages and abilities. It means that anyone at any point, if they need a rest before a rest stop or before the finish line, or just need to get off their feet for 5, they can jump on a bus, cool down, reset, and then jump out wherever they want to on the track and start again. You may have seen the toilets travelling up and down the road with the walkers. These are a bit of an added luxury for the guys as they're walking. If they want to go for a toilet break, instead of having to duck into the scrub, it just makes it so much nicer for everyone, and logistically we've kind of covered every option.
The water cart stays in communication with everybody. So the water cart's more than a water cart. There's a couple of people running the water, hydrolytes and ice. But what the water cart does, it checks in. So the water cart can reach out to the bus, reach out to the first aiders, and it is a bit of a check-in point for anyone who might be starting to get a bit of a headache or get blisters. And not only do you fill your water bottles, you have a yarn. And it's a great way to just reconnect, take a breath. So you've got that strength to keep on going.
An event like this just doesn't happen without local businesses and organisations getting behind it and supporting it. Financial donations definitely assist us in facilitating the event. However, the event isn't the same without the support vehicles, the buses, the cold rooms, the portaloos, without car security. The list goes on, and most of these items can't be purchased. We can't thank our sponsors enough.